Alright, believe it or not, this is the finishing video to my Quartz top shelf display series, if you will. And these are, it's just absolute perfect afternoon natural light in a slow down time. And I sort of just felt like pushing through it, figuring it out, and finishing it today. And I did the serrated quartz. A friend of mine, his little daughter loves quartz, especially serrated quartz, I think. Colored quartz for sure. I mean, who doesn't? And today on the video I mentioned I had one more bin, I call them bin, little pocket in my display box. In all of these here, they all come from one home, one little 1.5 inch by 3 inch pocket where they fit easily. I'm looking for some more. These are not huge, and they're not small either. And some have been seen, some don't get seen much. I don't even see them much, so I can stir myself up to go ahead and display these, because if I myself don't see them much, then they're not seen. But they're known. Some of you guys, when you see a point, you take a snapshot and you never forget it. I will encourage you on this one, and these are some of the finest small quartz points you can imagine. There are some in here that I think exceed, I mean, if you're talking retail, close to $500 of these little points. I mean, what would you pay for a Yadkin that's crystal like that? They just don't happen. It's just a miracle. And then another two came in, and they're not, I mean, they're all really great points. The point from the Cascade and Saponi. But I just got done having a discussion. So many great comments came in, and look at the sun just light these things up about the intrinsic value of these, and it's very difficult. I mean, look at these little points in the middle. How on earth is there modern monetary value for some of this stuff? I mean, look at this point from the Cove. I don't know. Some people think there is, because there's a market for it. How on earth? Look at this point, what they can do out of quartz from the Cascade. Some people, you guys, and I'm jumping around on this one, you guys have seen this. I mean, you want to talk about knowing how to work a substance that's on the hardness scale 1 degree below diamond? That is an expression of a human being 3,000 years ago, and that's just conservatively from today. And I'd like to put it out there conservatively, so, you know, just so what you said really can't be poo-pooed, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, how on earth? So anyway, it's not a matter of economic or retail value. I don't sell. Only time that happens is if there's just a small finder's fee. It just makes it worth my while with packaging, handling, getting everything together, logistics, just keeping the mail rolling. With that said, I want to do this, and I'm going to go around in systematic order here. Close-ups. The Yadkin right here from the Cascade. There was a giveaway I just did. Spike giveaway. I was highlighting some of the spikes. I call them spikes that I found here. Fantastic points. I wanted to clarify some things. There's been so many people just jump in and say, hey, this is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and throw my hat into it. It will be judged subjectively. I'm going to read, listen to my heart, and some great artifacts will go out. Look at this piece right here. And I've had a lot of response. If you have not got into that giveaway, look at the video Spike giveaway and throw your hat in. I'm going to have a different, and it's going to be a surprise this time, what you're going to get in the box. I'll let you know and to send me your address, but it's going to be a surprise. Look at this point. Site 7, Deer Pass. It's going to be a surprise this time. Look at this thing. Hopefully I won't get cut off. This point happens to have like an edge that is so ground on the base of this thing. Almost flat. I can't really pick it up with the light. It's just unbelievable how they work quartz. It's probably even more unbelievable for those of you in Napa. And as I'm going around here, I will share this. I've had really good conditions lately. Went to some strong places, but you know, it's just the way it rolls. I haven't found a lot. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And I know that's just the way it rolls. You just got to put your best foot forward. This is a great point right here from Notchville. I might have found this 5-6 years ago. Just a really durable point. Well, all quartz is, right? We already saw this. I think Durgan, you'll absolutely love these as well, no doubt. I'll just make the effort to get it all finished today. The lighting's perfect. Color's perfect against this charcoal gray. Here's a point from the archaic. Mercy. Next to it, a point I found in tall ryegrass green, Notchville point. It seems simple, but when you feel the quartz, you can tell that every square inch of this stuff is worked. And I appreciate it. Here's a point from Notchville as well. Yeah, these things glow. I don't have a big spotlight behind them. They just catch the light that way. This is almost a sugar quartz, but it's not really. Great stuff. As I said, a point right here that I really like and admire from the Cove. The edges and, like, for example, let me show you this way. The inside of this, they're always ground. On that side, it's ground too. A lot of these. Same with this thing. Can you see it? Takes a little bit different color where they grind it in. Then this side is ground too. My dog's behind me. It's a pup. So when it sleeps, it remembers nursing on its mama. And you can just see it's just pretending it's nursing again. 7 weeks old. Here's a point from Notchville. Stunning. This point happens to be banded vein quartz. Don't know if it's really visible with the light. And even though sometimes you see cracks like that, they're solid. There's nothing rickety about them. I mean, it's smoothed right on over. It seems like that was there for a while. And there's no edge. You know, looking on the edges, it hasn't been hit to make that, but God knows. No big deal. I'm just glad it's not broken right off. Could have happened any way you can imagine. These are little masterpieces. Look at this piece right here from the bear. That's not me. That's the dog. So don't start laughing at me. If you don't believe me, just look. I'm doing the sitting right now. 7, 8 weeks, all of it right there. Right, Bella? Now, here's a point, very similar. This one happens to be from Saponi. Sort of that ghost-like, almost sugar quartz like this one too, same material, but not the one in the middle. That's like crystal-based. So before this gets cut off and I get a phone call, the 3 in the middle to finish are stellar. We're looking at Site 5, Site 3, Site 2, land areas. There's a point right here from Hidden Hill. I mean, I don't really have to turn them over. These things are worked 100% all over the place. I mean, look at this thing right here. Lots of great quartz comes from Saponi. Excuse me, Notchville. That's Notchville right there. It's relieved off the back. I love that on this point. You can see it at the right angle. I don't know if you'd call that a LaCroix, or I just call it a really nice ancient Indian hunting point. I don't know how, like butter, they could just carve these things out, especially out of quartz. Are you crazy? And a finishing point here, that's an awesome point. I don't think it just got smaller and smaller. I think sometimes they have a flake and it just works out that way, and they know it'll do the job. Because it would have done the job on a whitetail. It would have done the job for sure. They're not bow points. Commissioned by Atlatl. Stellar quartz. All in all, that'll do it in groups. Let me know what you think. It's a little staggering to me. It just is I'm just keeping them safe for right now. Sometimes I wonder if I really own them. Somebody else is going to be responsible for keeping them safe after we work hard to find them. And I just let the care of that all go. You gotta. Can't hold on too tightly to anything. Appreciate everyone tuning in to Indian Trace. What you saw right there was, at least as far as I can find, as good as you can get out of quartz in eastern central North Carolina. That right there, that's Indian Trace. Hope you find out there.